Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my Resident Evil hardcore walkthrough guide. So this guide is if you've unlocked all the weapons in the game, including infinite ammo. If you do not have infinite ammo for this walkthrough, then you want to unlock that first and then come back here. Specifically for this walkthrough, we're going to be doing the infinite rocket launcher. However, any weapon that you have in the game that is infinite ammo should work, but this is just the rocket launcher strategy, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Now specifically for this, you have to skip the cutscenes no matter what you are playing on. Specifically for this one, we're going to be playing on hardcore, as it's the route that's most optimized and easier to follow as opposed to the other routes that you see out on YouTube. So you want to skip the cutscenes there. Cutscenes do count toward your time, just like in any game. So, you know, if you're playing Metal Gear Solid or something like that and you're trying to get like the highest ranking, then basically you want to skip the cutscenes because they count, including credits. The only time you can't skip a cutscene is basically when the game is forcing you to do so, but you can't do anything about that. So these beginning things, as soon as you click them, you can skip them. Now you're pretty much starting the gameplay here. So this game takes place after Resident Evil 2. This is later on throughout the game, so while this is going on, it's basically two stories in one night, more or less. You have Leon's story, then you have Claire, and then you have Jill. But specifically for this one, we are continuing with Jill Valentine, who was in Resident Evil 1. So if you see my Resident Evil 1 walkthrough, then you'll understand where this game actually takes place. And Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are all interconnected in the same night, or at least within the same time period over the course of the last couple of days in Raccoon City. So hope you guys enjoy. So in this section here, you want to keep running. If you do not run and keep holding forward, he can catch up to you and he will kill you. So if you're trying to get through this without dying, you want to make sure you keep holding forward. So this walkthrough is for those of you who want to complete this in the fastest time possible and have the most optimal route given to you. So there are cutscenes here. You can't run yet until you get up a little bit further ahead. Sorry for those of you who like the story and the walkthroughs. However, this walkthrough, I'm not really focusing on the story, more or less focusing on the best time to complete this game. But there are subtitles for those of you who like to read, so hopefully that's not too much of a distraction. So at this point you can go ahead and run. There is an autosave feature. Now if you are playing on a higher difficulty, you want to use the typewriter to save pretty much before any boss fight. So that zombie you don't have to shoot, you just turn around and run this way. There's no point in wasting your ammo on him, as once we get ahead here we will be able to get the infinite rocket launcher and we'll pretty much have everything we need for the game. There's also extra hit pouches as well. This section here is another cutscene, not really a cutscene, but it's kind of a forced dialogue with this character. I don't believe this guy ever really makes it out of Raccoon City simply because he hides in this truck and he basically dies. So if you guys know the story of Resident Evil or the lore behind it, this is why Raccoon City is the last that you ever hear of it, and it only lasts over 3 games. So, in terms of the main story, that is. As all of us know, pretty much Resident Evil 4 takes place in Spain. Right there's a cutscene you can skip. You might not think that's a cutscene you can skip, but you can skip it. So I would advise you to do so. Here you're going to have 2 zombies come out of this elevator. You can skip that. Just run around them and you should be fine. Don't really have to worry about any health items at this point. There's another autosave feature. I recommend you save as much as you can if you are in a higher difficulty. Like I said, Inferno or Nightmare. Whatever you're playing to follow this guide. If you're following this on a higher difficulty, you may have to optimize your strategy a little bit more. if you're playing it on the difficulty that I'm playing it on for this walkthrough, then this route should be easy to follow and the guide shouldn't be too hard. So here you're just going to hold RT, and then basically when it drops down, like right now, you can start skipping once it disappears. So here all you can do is go back. There's nothing you can do. You can skip now. You can skip this here. So this is forced dialogue between Jill and Carlos. Carlos is more of the action hero type, basically replaced by Chris Redfield in this, as Chris Redfield does not make a return until Resident Evil 5, and 6, and 7. For those of you that have played Resident Evil 7, Chris Redfield is actually in that game as well, but he's only in the DLC, and then obviously Resident Evil Village, of course.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused.
So I played this game multiple times. You can't really force anything here, so just kind of let it play out. It's not really much you can do. It's not going to make him move forward or anything like that.
Come on, it's this way.
A lot of people do this where they do the dodge thing all the time. That is, to me, very annoying. So you're not going to be seeing me use the dodge unless I have to use it, which is in a counter with Nemesis or whatnot, which is mainly what we're going to be using the dodge for. Other than that, you don't even really need to use the dodge. To me, it's a pointless tactic. So yeah. So if you want to walk through where they just completely use the dodge every single time, and all that, then you know there's other walkthroughs out there on YouTube that you can do that. You also want to skip the intercoms. Make sure you skip those, as that does count toward your time as well. So pretty much anything that you know has to do with time and all that, it's pretty much counted. You could skip all that stuff unless you have specific things. Grab these 2 hit pouches that are sitting here, and then now you can go over here. So we can put some things up. I'm going to combine these here. We're going to use these. These are included in a DLC, so if you have them, go ahead and use them. We are going to get rid of this weapon here. We don't need it, and we don't need the regular combat knife. So we're just going to go with the rocket launcher and then the Magnum. So that leaves us with 1 space, and that's fine. Cutscene here you can skip. A guy here, you can just blast him with the rocket launcher. Now this is basically the point where you're going to be using the rocket launcher throughout. If you're playing in a higher difficulty, the rocket launcher will help you out a lot, so you're really going to want to have to rely on that. This here, you're going to want to have to rely on the rocket launcher as well, but you can use the infinite Magnum weapon. You could shoot these guys here, but they're going to come back after the cutscene, so I mean there really is no point. Skip any cutscene, any dialogue. You're going to move forward here. You're going to skip this cutscene. You're going to have a bunch of these guys here, which basically now you can just do that. Now if you're playing this regularly, you'll have to use the weapons that are given, and you'll have to shoot the barrel. Make sure you shoot. Now with the infinite rocket launcher, you don't have to worry about any ammo because it's infinite. There's no weapons you got to worry about. Make sure you take these guys out. So the rocket launcher comes in handy when it comes against Nemesis. There's a zombie around this corner here. You can just take him out there. So now we have to pick up this hose that's going to put out the fire. Most weapons you're going to be using like 1 time, and that's pretty much it. So once you get out here, you're going to head this way, and basically you're going to retrace your steps back, so don't worry about where you have to go. I've played this game long enough to pretty much know many times to know exactly where I need to go and what route you should take. So once you make it over here, you should be good. Don't worry about those zombies. They don't ever really break through there, so you're fine. It's going to tell you about using key items. But if you played Resident Evil, then you know that what key items you have to use. So here's where you would find the bolt cutters, right there, if you don't have them. But since we already do, we're just going to go ahead and use these. There's no point in picking up the other ones because we don't need to. Skip this cutscene. So you're going to follow Nikolai out of here. Now, I don't know where the hell this guy goes, but he just disappears for some reason. So up ahead, you're going to want to grab the rocket launcher, as you will need it because there are 2 dogs here. So make sure you take them out. Shoot twice if you have to because there's another dog right there. You don't want them getting in the way. You can take these guys out just for fun if you want to. They don't ever break through, so you don't have to worry about them. So this section up ahead is the spider section, I guess, or whatever you want to call them. Parasites. Go ahead and shoot right there as soon as you see the shadow of the zombie. This guy here, you could just shoot right there to take him out, no worries. So this section here is probably the most tedious section in the game. Actually, a lot of people don't even like this section because of that reason. Go ahead and pick up this pouch and you should be fine. So now you're going to make your way down here. So you're going to have a cutscene. Jill's going to take damage. This doesn't really count against you if you're trying to no death run, you know, all that type of stuff. Make sure you do have at least one of these on you, because it will help out. So you're going to go ahead. You're going to use the lockpick here. And this lockpick is going to trigger the cutscene. And Jill's going to take a little bit of damage here. So right there is the cutscene. You can walk in here. Don't want to walk too much. Then you can use the item here. So go ahead and get the rocket launcher out again. This is going to come in handy against all of these creatures right here. So go ahead and take them out. These guys are a pain to deal with. So most of them, I mean, the section doesn't really take long if you have this infinite rocket launcher. However, if you don't have this infinite rocket launcher, this section can be a real pain. Most people take damage, a lot of damage to this section. So, but if you have this, you shouldn't really take any damage. It can happen. It's basically RNG based. Ain't really much you can do about it. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. As you can see right there, they are on the ceiling, so make sure you do take them out. Now, most of them will come this way once you've already done a few things. So there's that one. So you want to just dodge them as much as possible. So you should be fine. Most of that will take them out. So there's an example for the dodge technique. That does really come in handy if you absolutely have to dodge these guys. As you can see, there's more. So they don't ever really stop coming. You just have to take them out, otherwise they can really actually do some damage, even though they're not that big of an enemy or a threat, I guess. But they're not ones you should take lightly. So anytime you know, mess with them, make sure that you actually do pay attention. I believe this is one of the sections in the game they could have honestly just kept out, just simply because it really was unnecessary. I mean, for the most part anyway. But they didn't keep it out of the game, so there's really nothing you can do about it. But nonetheless, here's the last one. Make sure you look behind you too, just so they're not in the way or coming up behind you.
Time to get the hell out of here.
So make your way up here, and then basically you're going to be exiting this area. So if you've done everything correctly, you should be fine. They still can attack you until you are actually out of the designated area. So just be aware that they do respawn. And they will actually follow you. See, there was one right there, so... A lot of them like to hide behind corners. And then, like, they will attack you and everything. But you should make it through that section perfectly fine.
Okay. All that leaves is the main power switch.
So here you can keep the rocket launcher equipped. It takes them out. So at this point, you should be good to go. Go ahead and make your way out. I was just showing you guys the time. In which, if you do it correctly, that's where you should be at. For the most part, the section shouldn't take you too long. If you have a little bit of difficulty, it might take you 2 or 3 minutes more. But if you're able to get through it the way I did, you should be perfectly fine. So here you're going to have your first encounter with Nemesis, official encounter. Nemesis likes to do a charge, so the second you get the opportunity to hit him, go ahead. You don't need to pick up any of those boxes that he drops unless you don't have this. Other than that, those aren't really an issue, so go ahead and take these guys out. They're there to block your way, so make your way through here. You have another intercom section with Carlos. Go ahead, make your way out of here. Now you're going to make your way to the train station. So as you can see, Nemesis will actually charge at you, but if you get a good shot on him, those generators will actually stun him. Go ahead and take these guys out and you should be fine. This guy will wake up after we turn the train station on, so... So here is the puzzle that you will be doing here. So hopefully you guys are able to do this. The puzzle is not too complicated, so hopefully you're able to do it. So the first one here is FA02. Second one is RA03. And the last one is SA02. So... and there's the puzzle. You pretty much completed it. So here you can't really skip this area. So now you gotta retrace your steps all the way back to the station. So the place that we basically just passed, we have to go back through again. So this is where you're gonna have another chase sequence with Nemesis. This guy's gonna wake up. You can go ahead and just blast him basically and you'll be good. You can most likely do that before they're even up. So in the best case scenario, you don't even have to wait, honestly. So here you're going to make your way through. You're going to have another cutscene, another chase with Nemesis. He's going to try to make things a little tougher. Knock him down. Now you want to keep running, or start running. And you want to keep running. So you can get away from him, basically. Because if Nemesis actually catches up with you, he can do some damage. Don't worry about that zombie there. You can run right past it every single time. Make sure when you shoot these, though, that Jill's not too close. And here's another guy. Make your way under here. This one's not really a cutscene. But basically, now you're going to have another chase with Nemesis again. So it's quite a few chases with him that you're going to have to actually do. So keep the rocket launcher equipped.
Come on, you creepy ass stalker.
Because when he
Stars? I'll give you stars.
when he does that, you want to actually dodge and then take him out. That'd be your final drop there. Go ahead and keep running. And you want to make your way through here, so.
This might work.
After this section here, you're going to make your way to the sewers. And then you don't have to worry about Nemesis for a while. Once Jill basically pulls this off, it's a cutscene you can go ahead and skip. Now you're in the sewers, and basically what you're going to do here is go through the same way, find a couple of key items, and you should be fine. So just go ahead. You can't skip this area here. If you need to save or feel that you have to save, there's a save room right there. Make sure you're looking at what you have. Make sure you have at least 2 spots open available to you. Bolt cutters you don't need. Go ahead and discard any items that are useless to you. The game will let you know when you've used up that item for all of its uses. So you don't have to worry about accidentally discarding an item that you needed for a specific way to get through the game and whatnot. So if you go this way, there's like a couple ways you can go. These guys, you can just shoot them one hit. They're basically dead. The other way you can get the grenade launcher. This way is a little different. Go ahead and shoot him as soon as he drops into the water. Those guys can kill you with one kill, so just make sure you take them out. With the infinite rocket launcher, it's not really that difficult to do. So go ahead and pick this up. You should be good. There's quite a few of them you actually face if you go a different direction. I skipped the other way because you don't need the grenade launcher because you have the infinite rocket launcher. So there's really no need to pick up a grenade launcher when you already have this weapon with you. So there'll be another one coming out of here. You want to actually get away because they actually kind of run when they do that. But just go ahead and shoot them. I accidentally missed. So if that happens, just get away from them and you should be fine. So here you're going to have another one pop out. Make sure you do that. And then take him out. Now there will be one more. So here there's a little puzzle trick you have to do. It's pretty simple. So this is what you're pretty much going to have to do. So you put the battery in here. Make your way up here. You have another one of them guys. Just shoot them one time in the face and they're pretty much done with. So here you're going to unlock this door and then you're going to come back through here. Pick the item up because we need this item to get out of the sewers. So make your way this way and now you're going to exit the sewers basically. Most of these sections here for Resident Evil 3, a lot of them are short once you know what to do. Even if you don't have the infinite rocket launcher, it's pretty self-explanatory to know what to do once you learn the routes and you know what enemies that you're going to be going against. So just go ahead and skip these intercoms. You don't need them unless you're doing a story purpose. However, this one's not a story purpose. So here's another cutscene. Now we're going to have another boss fight with Nemesis. Go ahead and take these guys out. Get them out of your way. So the game has an autosave feature. You can use that to your advantage as much as you need to. So go ahead and make your way up these steps. This boss fight with Nemesis is supposed to be one of the tougher ones. But considering you have this infinite rocket launcher, you take him out with like 4 or 5 hits. At least. So here he's going to go this way. So now you can just make your way up here. You don't need the rocket launcher just yet equipped until you get closer. It's another cutscene. These jumps Jill automatically does, so you don't have to worry about timing a jump or anything like that. So make your way up this ladder. You are getting closer to the boss fight, so here's another cutscene that you can skip. Once again, you get an autosave feature. You won't need that because we are actually going this way. Now we're going to start the boss fight. As soon as you start, you can automatically start just spamming the button and shooting Nemesis as much as you can until the tank explodes. And just keep doing that until you take him down.
Still kicking?
And he's done. So that is your first encounter with Nemesis, the first actual boss fight, I would say, at least. As the other ones were just chase sequences and everything. This you cannot skip, you actually have to let it play through, so. Go ahead and take those guys out, so when you get down here, they're pretty much done. Same thing with that guy. Even though they probably ain't gonna get in your way, you never know when you come out here where the enemies could be at, so. This is Kendo's gun shop, so there's another cutscene here. Pick up this herb if you need it. Any extra things that you may possibly need, make sure you have them. Combine to any items that you may need if you're playing on a higher difficulty. So make your way out here. And you're gonna unlock this gate here. It's the only time this key is used. Once you're done with it, you're pretty much done. You don't have to worry about it. Now you'll have another boss fight with Nemesis, or a chase sequence, I should say. It's not really a boss fight. I do have my own strategy for the first half of this, so hopefully you guys enjoy. So make your way out here. Now Nemesis is going to show up again. Another cutscene. But here you're going to turn right around and you're going to shoot him. But most of the time, the first rocket that he shoots, he's basically going to miss. So don't worry about that. This is where the dodging technique is going to come in. So this is where you would technically use the dodge. So he's going to show up here, and then we'll take him out again. Go ahead and take these guys out. So now he's going to show up again. This time here, you can go ahead and just dodge. This is where you're going to be using the dodging technique. Make sure you get there for the cutscene so you don't take any damage. If you don't, you will actually take some damage. So as long as you're quick on the dodge mechanic there, you should be fine. Go ahead and skip this cutscene here. Make your way down. This section, it depends on how fast you are on turning. Will most likely die here, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, essentially, as long as you're not dying multiple times, you should be fine. So right here's the cutscene.
This is insane.
Go ahead and make your way down, and you should be good. I've died there multiple times. It just happens for the most part. Nemesis is going to show up right here. Go ahead and shoot him again. And take him down. You don't want him shooting at you with that. You just want to take him out. It just makes it a lot easier for you since you're going this way, since this is kind of like your last chase sequence with him for a little bit. So once you make your way through here, go ahead. So right there's the cutscene. So go ahead and make your way down here. This game is very short. When you're playing it with the infinite rocket launcher, it just makes the game more not as long. If you're playing this game without infinite ammo or anything of that nature, and you're doing it with actual just standard weapons, where you actually have a limited supply, and you really do have to stock up on, you know, handgun ammo and all that stuff.
Why not?
It makes the game longer. Most of your playthrough for this game, if you're doing this for the first time, it'll take you probably about maybe under 2 hours, maybe a little over, maybe an hour and 45, depending on what you're doing. But it shouldn't be too hard once you learn it, after you play it a few times. Go ahead and skip this. Now we're going to enter the section of RPD. So RPD is a very, very, very short section with Carlos. They are coming through here, I believe, after Leon, if I'm not mistaken. Here you're going to have a thing with Brad from Stars. Anything that you've pretty much unlocked for this, you should be fine. As you guys can tell, I'm not the best aimer for these games, but I do the best that I can. So Brad's card, it is used for some like weapons and stuff for Carlos. So it does come in handy, but it's not really, you know, it's not nothing you got to worry about. So go over here, store this, take out the assault, store that, store that, store that, store that. You can keep the Brad card if you want it. I don't think you really need it for nothing. So go ahead and do like the defense coins, the recovery coins, the rifle, the magnum, and the rocket launcher, the dagger, and the Stars combat. So you should be set now.
Let's find him and take him into custody. Custody? I thought this was a rescue. Carlos, take a look at this. I've located the Stars office. Remember,
so you can't skip this cutscene. It's a forced thing in the game. I wouldn't even really call it a cutscene. I would just say in-game dialogue. So you can't really skip that here. It's just part of the game. It does rack up your time just a little bit. I think it's just to make the game a little longer, because if you could skip the in-game dialogue, this game probably would be completed within 50 minutes or possibly even less. Because this game really isn't even that long. So once you're done talking there, you can head out. Now Brad's car to be used for things like that right there, where you can get, you know, extra ammo and all that stuff. But you're not gonna need any of that. So here's another cutscene you can skip.
What the hell was that thing?
Here it's gonna introduce lickers. These are the type of enemies that, you know, you have to walk around them. If you run, they will hear you. So go ahead and take her out. There's one of them right there. So go ahead and take this guy out. Even though you could run past him, it's best to just take him out.
RPD, welcome. T.
You're gonna skip this. There are zombies in this hallway right here, scattered about. There is one that's going to come out of this door. If you don't take him out, he will follow you. So go ahead and take him out. So now you're going to make your way up here. So you have to get a key. It's up on this area here. Go ahead and skip the in-game dialogue. Go ahead and take this guy out. You can destroy them or eliminate the enemy before they actually even get a chance to be triggered in or spawned, essentially, and you don't have to worry about them. So every so often you're going to get an autosave, which is handy if you're trying to go for a no save run or whatnot. There's the encounter of the first liquor. Just go ahead and take them out. With those guys, you don't even really have to worry about them. But if you don't have this, then you will. This guy, go ahead and take him out. 104 is the combination that you're looking for because you need the detonator. So you don't need anything else in here unless you're playing the game on regular difficulty and you don't have specifics. So there will be a guy that's going to drop right here. You can go ahead and take him out before he even gets a chance to spawn in. Now you can make your way over to the STARS office. Once again, you get another autosave here. There's going to be a bunch of zombies piled up in this room. Go ahead and skip the intercom again, as we've been doing throughout this playthrough so far. Pick up the detonator, and then you're going to actually combine these two together. And then use the detonator to trigger the cutscene. Confirm it. You'll be good. Just skip it. Here's a bunch of the enemies. Well, most of them anyway. Now, when you go through this door, there's going to be a liquor here. So I recommend that you just aim. When you move forward a little bit, he's going to pop up. Go ahead and take him out, and you should be fine. And then you made it to the STARS office. You'll get another cutscene. He'll tell you to look around for a few things. The only thing you really have to grab here is like house spray and stuff. So I recommend that you stock up on a lot of that stuff there. And then make your way out. The RPD is done. One of the shortest sections in the game is the RPD. And now we're back playing as Jill. So.
Am I the only one who made it?
This game is not long at all. If you're even faster, you most likely could probably beat this game in less than an hour, probably. But I would say with the cutscenes, the dialogue, and everything else that's in between,
Carla?
you know, you're gonna have to do so. So just do some management here. I like to just take items and kind of move them around, just so like I have them and everything. You're not gonna need it for this boss fight up ahead. There is that if you didn't pick it up, and there's also a shotgun. But for this, you won't need those. So go ahead and take these guys out. There's like 4 or 5 of them up here. I think it might be 4. Kind of wait for him to get a little close, and then go ahead and do the same thing. Here, you're going to have another boss fight with Nemesis. Mutated Nemesis, or Stage 2 Nemesis, whatever you want to call him.
Walker's still alive. I can't stay here.
So go ahead and make your way up here. And then, you know, you'll have another cutscene and all that stuff. And then we have the hospital section, and then we'll have the final section for the game. So really, when you break down the game, it's actually very, very short. So in this section here, you want to actually just keep running, even though Jill will start running automatically. Keep holding down the run button. You can't skip this part here because it's not technically a cutscene until you get about right there, and then you can skip. So go ahead and start shooting him. He is going to try to run and do a lot of techniques, all that stuff. So as you can see, he's going to try to get up here. Go ahead and shoot him down. You should be able to knock him down. And just keep taking him out, and before you know it, he should be done. Gave me a little bit of trouble there, but he's done. It doesn't take long when you have an infinite rocket launcher or anything to take him out. So there's stage 2. You have a cutscene here. You can go ahead and skip. The game's not that long. Now we are in the hospital section, or we're going to be in the hospital section. Now we're in the hospital section. Hospital section doesn't take that long. Go ahead and skip these intercoms. It just makes the game longer. Go ahead and run through here. 2 zombies here. There's another one when you open up the door. Go ahead and just blast them. You're fine. Make your way through here, and then now we're gonna pretty much make our way through this hospital. So
welcome to the office of Dr. Nim.
pick up this tape recorder, you will need it. You need it to get through that door, which you'll be able to do so. I'm going to go through here. There's a bunch of zombies lined up. One behind the door, but you don't have to worry about them. If you're fast enough through here, you can actually see a hunter before they actually ever even spawn in. So I don't want this guy getting up, so that's why I took him out, because he will actually spawn through here. Because we actually have to come back through here a second time. So once again, it's one of these backtracking ordeals. You have to get this key, and then you can keep going. So it's just another thing to drag out the hospital scene. I mean, because pretty much after this, you literally don't have a lot left in the game. So, you know, I think that's why a lot of people didn't like Resident Evil 3, or didn't get a lot of praise, is because the game was short. Normally when you go through there again, that guy will actually wake up, but because we took him out before that, we don't have to worry about that. There's a hunter going through there. So now you just have to make your way through here. Actually got to make your way through here. So you can get a little lost sometimes. It just depends. It shouldn't backtrack us too much. We have to pick up a card in here in order to open up a specific door. So, and you got to have a key to get this door open. So you essentially have to have 2 key items, essentially. There is a zombie in that locker, but he's not going to do anything to you. Once again, discard items that you don't need. If you accidentally discard an item that you actually do need, then you need to reload the checkpoint or the last save in order to get that. So here's your first encounter with the hunter. Just go ahead and blast him in the face.
Jesus Christ.
And you should be fine. Pick your way in here. There's going to be a few of them. It's going to like... take those guys out. Grab the item that you need. Make your way through here. That's where the tape is. So you can see the hunters. There's 2 of them in there. If you're on a higher difficulty, there may be 3. I'm not sure. Go ahead and take this person out. Go ahead and shoot him right in the face. And shoot the other one right in the face. And you should be good. So we're going to pick up this tape recorder. Or cassette. You're going to combine it with that and you should be good. Now there is going to be a person coming through here. Maybe not. There's another hunter. Just go ahead and blast him right in the face. And you should be good. Make your way out of here and back down. Once again, you get an autosave. Bunch of these guys. Go ahead and take them out. There is a hunter through here. I don't think he shows up yet.
All I wanted to know was what the documents were doing in your office in the first place.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm goddamn Nathaniel Bard.
As soon as he says that, the door will automatically open. You can skip that dialogue.
Bard. Tyrell.
Alright, so skip this here. You have another cutscene. We are making actually very good time here. Go through the documents, skip the cutscene.
Is it here?
Go ahead and pick this up. You should be good.
Hang tight.
So now you have to give the vaccine to Joe. Go ahead and skip the intercom. There's going to be a hunter here. He's going to try to surprise you. You have to wait before you can aim, but you should be good. Make your way through here. So basically here you're just retracing your steps. It's kind of really all the hospital is. Then there's a big action sequence here.
You're gonna be okay, Joe.
Give Jill the vaccine, skip the cutscene. Now there's going to be a bunch of zombies
Gotta grab some
trying to basically break in and all that. This is one of the more complicated sections in the game, but if you have the infinite rocket launcher, it's not complicated at all. Some of them can creep up on you and get you, but if you take your time here, you should be fine. Most of them you can take out just before they actually land. There's one guy right next to me, I didn't even see him. This is essentially like 3 entry points that you gotta watch. But with this rocket launcher, it just makes the game a lot easier. Certain windows they kind of get through a little bit more than others. But you should be fine. They will have hunters throughout here, so I believe there is 2 of them that you have to worry about. They won't come until the power is essentially cut off. Like right now.
Find the breaker. It must be somewhere.
I want to keep these guys down. Take him out. The second one will come through the window. See, most of them are trying to get in here, but as long as you have this infinite rocket launcher, you should be fine.
Almost got it.
So this section, you're just going to repeat. It's the same process. Make sure we didn't take damage there.
Alright. Explodey way it is.
So now you just have to hold out for the timer. This section is very easy. You don't need this anymore. And you don't need this no more. So just remove that out of your inventory. You should be fine. So most of the windows here are locked off. So now you only have this one entry point. It won't take long. You can actually let a little bit of them file in here. It's not really going to hurt anything. And that is the hospital section. So a very short section once again in the game. Not very long at all. So now you're going to make your way to the underground facility, which is basically heading to the lab. Once again, the game is, you know, pretty much nearing its end. There's not much left here.
This must be the way underground.
Couple of puzzle sections up ahead, but nothing that will take a lot of time. So this game probably won't even take much longer. We've pretty much been at it for about 48 minutes, basically under an hour, about 30 minutes in, a little over. So I mean, the game will probably most likely take you an hour at best once you learn the routes and everything. And you do have the autosave features to help, but when you know pretty much what you have to do, the game doesn't take very long. So this section here, most of them are pretty short as well. There's a small puzzle section up ahead, but other than that, the game is pretty straightforward at this point. Here's another place you could save. Pick up this here pouch because we're going to need it. And we're going to make our way out. Now this is where the puzzle section is going to begin. It will not begin until you actually... Let's go ahead and take that person out. You don't want them waking up the paleheads. They actually do a lot of damage. So now we got to find the fuses.
I must admit, I respect your tenacity, but I'm afraid our games end here.
You think this is over?
If you take out the palehead before you actually start this puzzle here, or you know, figuring out where all the fuses are, you don't have to worry about the palehead dropping down and essentially attacking you. So here's like the first fuse. You can miss it if you're not paying attention. It happens. But there's the first one, and now we have two more. Now there's going to be two dogs down here. So you want to actually aim, and then you're going to shoot. Right now. And take out both dogs. Now, there is a zombie around this corner. Go ahead and take him out.
A dead end. No, wait.
So you're going to go through this way here. Once again, another area that you have to traverse and figure out where you got to go. This part drags just a little bit. It doesn't drag too much, but it drags enough to where, you know, the game could be a little bit faster. And if you're somebody that pretty much knows where everything is, then, you know, you want to do it as quickly as possible. So So you're going to go this way. You're going to bring up one of these other lifts here. And that's going to get you across the other part to grab the other fuse. So make your way through here. Go down this ladder. There's an enemy from the sewers and that, and there's a couple of zombies in here. It's meant to just kind of make things tougher for you. However, it's not even really that tough. As soon as the door opens up, you can just blast and then move on. Grab the second fuse, which would be considered the first fuse. Alright, so this one here is supposed to be the one that's supposed to give you the toughest time. But with the rocket launcher, you can just take him out. It's not a big deal. You can bypass him without even shooting him. You know, because he's slow enough that you'll be able to make it up the ladder. So when you go through here, there's a couple more zombies and a pale head. Go ahead and just shoot until you take them out. You want to unlock this. Now here's the final fuse, and you're going to get a hunter. First shot, he's pretty much done. There's the final fuse.
Here goes.
And we have to reconnect the power. So at this point, you've already completed this short puzzle. And you're going to make your way through here, basically the same way you came in the first time. And then make your way down. Now there's going to be a couple more zombies up ahead here. They're going to start like moving and this and that. But you can take them out before they even get a chance to even spawn in, essentially. So here you can put the fuses in, doesn't matter how you do it. And there you go. So this puzzle is done. Make your way up here. Now we're going to be making our way to the laboratory after this cutscene up ahead.
He got away.
And we're making good time, so
What was he doing in here?
here's the cutscene. Go ahead and skip it. This section here you cannot skip. You have to actually do this in the way that the game wants you to do it. So
We'll find the vaccine up ahead.
So here you can't walk, you can't run, you have to walk. So even if you want to run ahead, it's not going to let
You
you.
don't need to stop?
Stop and do what? I got your back.
Alright. Let's get this done.
Make your way forward. You're going to have another cutscene here. Skip the cutscene. So here we are in the laboratory area. Not a tough section at all. Actually, probably one of the lesser, tougher sections in the game. Make sure you have pretty much what you need. Lockpick you don't need no more. So pretty much you're fine at this point. Alright, so once you kind of grab everything that you pretty much need, you can head out of here. Now you're going to make your way up here. And if you turn this corner, you don't have to do this, but it's recommended that you do take out some of the zombies that are there. So make your way into here. None of these guys will wake up, and you're going to make your way straight over to this computer. You go ahead and skip this cutscene, and you will get the flash drive. So you can't do nothing in here until you have both of the items. So go ahead and make your way out and retrace your steps back down here. So and go ahead and insert the flash drive. If you don't pick this up, you obviously can't enter here, so go ahead and take out the zombies and take these guys out. I'm gonna go this way. You can go up there, however, this way it's a little bit tougher to exit, but since you have the infinite rocket launcher, it shouldn't be too difficult. There is a zombie here, so if you're somebody who's playing this and you're going for like a no damage run, you want to actually shoot him. If you don't during this cutscene here, when you're pushing this in, he can still attack you. Alright, so once you do that, go ahead and turn back around, and now you're going to make your way through here to pick up one of the antidotes. There is 2 that you have to pick up. There's one in the first room, and there's one through here. Now, in this room, there's a bunch of hunters. 3 of them break out of here if you're playing on the hardcore difficulty. If you're playing on Inferno or Nightmare, it may be more than that. So, just keep that in mind. So, make your way over here. Now, there's a bunch of zombies in this room. As you can see right there, just go ahead and shoot them with the rocket launcher. You should be good. Here's the first part of the vaccine. You need to combine these together to be able to create the vaccine. So once you make your way down here, it doesn't matter what order you do these in. Whether you're going here first, like I did, or you're going upstairs. Either way, the scenario is going to be the same here. You're going to get to a certain point, and one of the hunters here is going to jump out, so make sure you aim. Make sure you shoot before they get to you, otherwise they will kill you. So now that you're done with that, now you're going to retrace your steps all the way back up here. So this whole part is literally just retracing where you're going. So essentially the way you came through here is the same way you're going to go back. So go ahead and make your way through. There is a pale head up here somewhere. Go ahead and make your way up. And this is the last part of the vaccine that you need, so you have to combine these 2 together in order to complete the puzzle. So it doesn't matter how you combine them. Either way, you're going to combine it into one whole thing. There is the pale head. So just go ahead and shoot. You should be fine. Make your way out of there. Now you're going to retrace your steps, head back up here, and now you're going to solve this puzzle. Once you solve this puzzle, you'll pretty much be heading on to the final Nemesis boss fight. So make your way over here.
To begin vaccine synthesis, place the materials in the chamber.
Go ahead and place that in the machine. So this is how you're pretty much going to do these. If you do that correctly, you should be good. So you should have a mid, high, and then low. So if you do it exactly the way I did it, you should be fine. You can go ahead and skip this cutscene and pick up the vaccine that you have now created. Go ahead and skip this. Now you're going to make it to the end here. So you have a little cutscene with Nemesis here that you have to do a little timed event. Go ahead and skip. So whatever you're playing on, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, go ahead and use the corresponding joysticks, you know, the analog sticks to be able to do what you have to do. The more you do this, the faster you do this, the less this scene will take. You go ahead and skip that. Alright, so right here is another boss fight. This is the second to last one with Nemesis. Now this one here can be tough if you don't have the rocket launcher, but if you have it, it shouldn't be too hard. So go ahead and just pretty much aim at him the whole time. Other zombies are going to spawn in. He is actually going to try to you know, jump on these things here, but you should be fine. Go ahead and shoot until you get him down. keep doing it and you should be good. If you get a good run, you should be fine. You shouldn't have any issues there. Now you have another autosave here. So, but I'm going to save up ahead. You need 5 or less saves in order to do this. So you pretty much have everything you need here. You don't need to change anything out, just so you guys know. Just go ahead and save here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. There's our second save, and it'll be the final save of the game, as this is the final section with Nemesis here. This one here, you're going to want to utilize the dodge technique, simply because he does this. So go ahead and pick this up. You're only going to be able to use this once, and then you have to regenerate it. So after this, it actually starts the scene. You could skip. Now here we go. He's got these pus balls. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to do that and shoot the rocket launcher. Make sure that if he hits you, you're going to pick up one of these sprays here. Once you do that, get out of his way. The second he drops, he can hit you. So even though it's a drop animation and you've taken him down for the corresponding attacks, he can hit. So you want to stay out of his way as much as possible. So he will get tougher as he goes, but you want to actually stay. You just kind of want to see what he's going to do. So if you die there, don't worry about it. You have a save point here. Actually, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have pretty much a bunch of healing items. So just kind of grab whatever you've accumulated throughout your playthrough here. And we're going to do this again. So if you die, it's not going to hurt anything. You're still, you know, an hour in. So you'll still get the S rank. Either way, just keep skipping the cutscenes. So he has a few attacks, but if you dodge correctly, you should be okay. If you fall down, just go ahead and use a health item. Go ahead and push these in here. So the way his pus balls are, it does make it a little complicated to hit him all the time, because once you take one of them out, he starts doing this here. Unless you can take him down twice and you'll be good. Go ahead and push these in. There's one more on the other side that you have to do. So at this point, it's probably like the last one you have to do with him. So he has a thing that he does here. Let's go ahead and shoot him there. Wait for him to fall. That way you can push this in.
All power sources. Powering up.
And then you should be good. And this is the last of Nemesis here. So even though I died once there, that's just because I didn't grab any health items. Make sure you grab them. I actually forgot to grab them, so otherwise I wouldn't have had a death there, but it doesn't matter.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
Go ahead and skip the cutscene. And you should be good. So that is the end of Nemesis there. So if you die once, don't worry about it. Just make sure you have your health items and everything that you need. Now, if this was a no death run or something like that, then obviously that would matter. But that's not what I was going for. This walkthrough here was to honestly just show you how to get the S rank. So, and for those of you wondering how you get the S rank, you have to beat the game within under 2 hours. Which we will, because we're pretty much done, and you have an autosave here.
I can still catch it.
So at this point, you just gotta wait. There's not really nothing you can do here. It's just part of the game. You have to wait for this and all that. And there is a cutscene up here that you'll have to skip. Make sure you shoot in the leg area or the lower extremities. If you shoot any higher, you can actually kill Carlos. So waiting for this to load so we can skip ahead here. Okay. You gotta skip the credits. Alright, and there is the final time. So hopefully this walkthrough or speed run, whatever you want to call it, was able to help you guys out. And you were able to get the S rank. If you have any questions or whatever, just leave them in the comments, and I'll be able to help you out if you need any help. So if you want to get the S+, for those of you wondering, you have to complete the game within under 2 hours, and you can't have either any saves, and you can't have any deaths. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.